How's it going, guys? Today we're going to talk about the Wrath 430 from Centerpoint Archery. Long story how I come to this crossbow, and I'll talk about it in my next video on the 430X. This crossbow here is not a bad crossbow. It's supposed to shoot 430 feet per second. It doesn't, of course. It shoots around 405. Specs on it: it's got a draw weight of 200 pounds, 164 foot-pound kinetic energy, 15-inch power stroke. It's kind of top heavy. It says it's 8.3 pounds, but when you're holding it, it just feels top heavy. Axle to axle, when it's cocked, is 9 inches, 13 uncocked. This is not the scope that came with it. This is a Killer Instinct scope. This is that, I forget what it is, Lumix speed ring. It's all right. This crossbow here, I'll tell you a little bit about how I got it. So I bought the 430X to start with because I like the stock on it. The stock, you can adjust the stock. This one here is a bullpup design. I just don't much care for it. Well, I don't know, I killed a deer with a 430X when I first got it, and everything was fine. And one day I was out target practicing in the yard, and I shot it, and it just exploded. The cam busted. Come back, hit me in the face. It was a bad deal. So it was just a big deal with Centerpoint. I sent it back to them. About 6 months later, I end up getting, well, first let me say this. First they sent me a Wrath 430. What did they send me? I can't remember how it went. But long story short, I ended up with they sent me a Wrath 430. They said that they didn't have the 430X no more. They said it's discontinued. So okay, whatever. So, but I got on their website a few months later, seen the seen the 430X, went to a local sporting store here, and they had a 430X. So reached out to them again, same old lies. So what I did was, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but if you ever have trouble, send a demand letter. Before you take them to court, you have to send a demand letter. And I sent a demand letter and said, you know, I paid $600 for this Wrath 430X, and I have no signs I even bought it. I got a bullpup design. If I wanted this crossbow, I would have bought it. That being said, I talked to a guy there at Centerpoint, very professional guy. He didn't know anything about it. He sent me my 430X brand new back immediately, no questions asked. Oh, and the first Wrath 430 they sent me was a refurbished one. So I bought a brand new 430X. It blew up my face. They sent me back a refurbished Wrath 430. So I ended up getting a brand new Wrath 430 out of that deal. And then once I sent the demand letter, I think his name was Barry at Centerpoint. Very nice guy, very professional, like I said. Sent me the 430X, no questions asked, after the demand letter. I sent it to Velocity Outdoors, and I sent it to Raven, and I sent it to Centerpoint. You know, because Velocity owns Crossman, Centerpoint, Raven, all that good stuff. But anyway, back to the crossbow. I have not hunted with this one. Like I said, I hunted with the 430X. When I first got it, went out with Buddy's place, hunting deer, and climbed up in the stand, and I wasn't in that stand 3 minutes. Nailed a deer, little doe, nothing to write home about. One thing I do like about these Centerpoints is the stirrup, where you can set that stirrup like that. You know, you can shoot with it like that. It folds. It'll fold out, all the way out. Of course, that's how you gotta have it when you cock it. You know, bring it all the way out like that, or you can bring it down there, or you can fold it all the way in. Whichever you prefer. I like using like that when I'm shooting. This here is just a Killer Instinct strap. So I almost went to Killer Instinct before I bought this stuff. More than 430X, I mean. When you get it, it does come with a sonic crank. It comes with a 4x30 scope. These things here is just foam that I put on there. I don't know if it helps or not. This is here, they send you 3 of their arrows, Centerpoint arrows. These here are zombie slayers. Black Eagle who makes these, and Black Eagle is also who makes the Centerpoint arrows. So, you know, they tell you not to shoot nothing but what they recommend. Same arrows. Black Eagle makes Centerpoints. you'll find that a lot of people make the same thing. They just rename it, rebrand it, whatever it is. I don't really use a silent crank on it too much. I pull it back. It's got a 200-pound draw weight. It's not too bad to pull back, but it's there. I'll say that. It's definitely, you can feel it. I think I've shot this one here, this brand new one time. If you do happen to get one of these, make sure all these bolts are tight. That's one problem I did run into. Just go around and just make sure everything's tight and all the little bolts everywhere, and then you'll be okay. Because I think I had one of them was loose on mine or something, and then I seen another guy's video, his was loose. But other than that, I mean, it's fast. It shoots good. What I don't like is I just don't care for this bullpup design. Let me take this crank off here. It's just not for me. I don't like it. On that 430X, which I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow. You know, you can adjust that stock. That stock folds in. I mean, it's just a lot better for me, you know, personally. You know, I keep my string waxed and my rail, you know, the lube on the rail. Like I said, this is a Killer Instinct scope. Nothing special, but I wanted something different because I didn't much care for the Centerpoint one. But I tell you what, I go through batteries on these things, but I always forget to turn them off. But I don't know, if you happen to watch my last video where I had the ballista bat, then you know about my memory foam target down there. And that target right there, it's probably 15 yards away. And I'll show you how good that memory foam stops these arrows, because it'll stop this arrow shooting at 405 feet per second. Let me get my thing out here and see just exactly how far we are. Got a little muddy rangefinder. That's 11.9 yards. I'm going to shoot it here in a second, and you'll see how good that memory foam looks. It does. It's not too eye pleasing, but it works better than any target I've bought. I bought a couple, 2 or 3 targets, shoot right through them, run my fletchings and all that. One thing I don't like about these Centerpoints is in cams. Look how big those cams are. They do got a sleek design, a small design, but those cams, sheesh. You know, you really got to watch where you're at and when you're shooting. You know, if you're out in the deer stand or whatever, you hit a limb or something, because those things really stick out. But it is compact. I would recommend this crossbow. It comes in around, you catch it on sale sometimes. I think right now it's going for $6.99 maybe. Yeah, I think it's $6.99 or $6.49. You know, it'd be it's for novice, or you know, I mean, it's a good crossbow. It's not I wouldn't say it's a beginner's crossbow. I mean, it's, you know, we all work hard for our money. I wouldn't even say it's a budget crossbow. Yeah, them crossbows get up there in the thousands, but $600 is a lot of money for me. You know, and I don't consider that budget, to be honest with you. I don't get me a budget crossbow. I got a Barnett Ghost 350 in there. Well, it's I think around 3 or 4, but that's budget. It's starting to rain too, so I'm going to cut this short. But tomorrow I'm going to do a review on the 430X. I'm going to take a shot here and show you just how good that memory foam does. I can't remember if I've sighted in this scope or not, on this or not. I don't. I switched them over when I got the 430X. Let's see if I got my rope cocker in here. I do use the silent cocker sometimes, I guess, but it just seems like a lot extra, to be honest with you. Just a lot of extra work. To be honest with you, I think I adjusted that for the Wrath 430X, to be honest with you. This thing, I'm not sure if it's even going to fit on this. Let's see here. You know, when you cock these things, I'm sure, you know, you're watching these videos about crossbows, I'm sure you know how to cock them, but I'll show you anyway. Just make sure you put your rope right there where in the spot for it. Yeah, and this ain't adjusted for this crossbow, so I'm gonna have to untie this real quick. Give me just 1 second. Let me untie this knot. We'll keep talking about the crossbow. I'll tell you what I'll do. Instead of untying that, I'll go ahead and old man it and use a silent crank. It is handy, but I don't know. It just seems like a lot of extra to me. Now they got the Centerpoint has a new crossbow out. It's called a Sinister, and I mean it's quiet. You can't even hear it. It's real easy to cock back too. I mean crank. And you'll hear it click. And that's when you know you're good. When you hear that click, you know, just check, make sure your safety's on. And then when you take it off, just, you know, give it a little extra, give it a little extra and unlock it. It'll just come up a little bit and unlock it. This also has a brake on it too, so if you lost it, it wouldn't go nowhere. So now you know it's your anti-dry fire's on it. It does have an anti-dry fire safety on it. It's got all the bells and whistles. You know, I like it. I like the 430X better, like I said, because of the stock. On that 430X, you can take that stock and just adjust it. It's got 4 different settings on it, and it just works better for me. As you'll see, this is a bullpup design. You know, it's like tactical or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot one of these zombie slayers. This is what I killed a deer with, a zombie slayer, and I got the I forget what the broadhead was I used. The Rage. That's right. You know, and of course your odd color, your odd fletching. You know these things. Just safety first. You know, don't ever put your hands in this area here. You don't want to get bit by that thing. That thing will hurt you. So just load it from down here. Keep your finger off the trigger. Safety's on. We already checked that. We'll just go down here and put that in there, and you'll hear it click. You know you got it. I'm gonna pull the stirrup back down, and she's ready to go. All I gotta do is take the safety off and shoot it. See how narrow that is, cocked? It's 9 inches. It's 9 inches from limb to limb. They're not counting the cams. So you're looking at about probably 13 really cocked, to be honest. I mean, you can go limb to limb if you want, but you got to take into consideration that is sticking out. You know, so it's around 13. And like I said, it is a little top heavy, but you know, if you're out there hunting, you ain't gonna feel it. So we're gonna take a shot, and I'll show you on this memory foam how good that stops it. And when you go to shoot it, you just take your safety off and give it a hit. Let me show you how good this memory foam stops this. It's pretty amazing. I don't know the cost of memory foam or anything, but that's a good shot. Of course, it's only 11 yards, but look how good that stops at. 11 yards, 405 feet per second. Don't even bury it. Can't beat that. Every target I bought, I shot through it. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull this arrow out. What's in there? Give me 1 second. Let me grab my thing. I had to grab the arrow puller. I couldn't pull it out. These things work pretty good if you can get a bite on them. Don't pull the knock out, like I'm getting ready to do. I can get my hand on it. There we go. There she is. It buries it, but it don't go with the fletchings. So that's a plus. I'm really impressed with that memory foam. Like I said, it was just a old mattress top I had, and I was like, instead of throwing it away, I'm gonna try something. So that's what I did, and it works great. So that's the Wrath 430. Decent crossbow. I mean, even with the trouble I had with them, you know, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all try to save the company we work for $1. You know, and I get it. I understand it, but you can't take. You know, as a consumer, you have rights. You can't purchase something and send it back to them, and they send you a refurbished something completely else. It's a bad deal. It's water on the bridge. I mean, I get it. I understand. It was taken care of. Does it stop me from purchasing from Centerpoint? Absolutely not. I like their product. Now, Raven is part of Centerpoint now. Centerpoint bought Raven, or vice versa. I think it's Centerpoint bought Raven. But like I said, Velocity owns them all. So this quiver, a lot of them put it on the other side. I like putting it here because it just works best for me. I don't like it over there because the way it slides in and locks. I like locking mine, unlocking it from up front. But that's it. It's not a bad little setup. It's very compact. And like I said, it's not too top heavy. I mean, I can hold it, you know, one hand if I wanted to shoot, you know. It's not a bad looking crossbow. I'd recommend it. It's around 600 bucks, I think it is. You can catch them on sale all the time. I think I got mine on Amazon. And even the scope that comes with it, it is what it is. It ain't nothing to write home about. But it works. I mean, it is illuminated too as well. This speed ring here, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this speed ring because I don't think I know how to work it right. But I can hit a bullseye, I guess, doing something right. But all right, guys, that is the Wrath 430 by Centerpoint Archery. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this was helpful. There's not a whole lot of videos out here on the Centerpoint crossbows. And I love crossbows. I'm into them. I like hunting with them. A lot of people have their feelings about them. To each his own, you know. I mean, if you don't like them, you don't like them. If you do, you do. I just, you know, just trying to talk to people about them, let people know, you know, if somebody's wanting to know about them. Hopefully, I can help with that. If you know, share a little bit of knowledge I can know about them. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a video on the 430X, and then I got another Barnett that I'm going to do going on, and it's got all kinds of hunting stuff and just, you know, there's a lot of stuff we can't find information on. So, you know, I figure I got it. I'll share my knowledge about it, and hopefully it'll help somebody in the end. All right, I appreciate you guys watching. Y'all take care.